of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around.
Yes, welcome back. There is an interesting video I saw from Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan listened to Radio Peace by Paul Harvey in 1995 on how to destroy the social fabric of America. If I were the devil, I would have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, nation at war with themselves, and I will have the media fanning the flames if I were the devil. This is a must-watch video. When I saw it comparing to what we are seeing nowadays, it clearly tells you one thing. At the end of this video, you'll be amazed to see what is going on. If you have not subscribed to this channel, please endeavor to do that. And if possible, why not share out this video?
Paul Harvey, you know who that is?
Sure.
So he did a thing, God, back in the 60s or 70s, and he equated it to the devil. And maybe it is. Or you could also say it's just that. But he did a radio piece on how to destroy America, the social fabric of it.
Wow.
And it's as though somebody just took America, the social fabric of America from the late 60s to today, and the timeline of the things that he said. It's pretty wicked. It's pretty powerful.
Wow. I'm not shocked.
Let me find a better version.
Paul Harvey.
If I were the devil.
Is this the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
If I were the devil. If I were the prince of darkness, I'd want to engulf the whole world in darkness, and I'd have a third of its real estate and 4/5 of its population, but I wouldn't be happy until I had seized the ripest apple on the tree. So I'd set about, however necessary, to take over the United States. I'd subvert the churches first. I'd begin with a campaign of whispers. With the wisdom of a serpent, I would whisper to you as I whispered to Eve, do as you please. To the young, I would whisper that the Bible is a myth. I would convince them that man created God instead of the other way around. I would confide that what's bad is good and what's good is square. And the old I would teach to pray after me, Our Father, which art in Washington. And then I'd get organized. I'd educate authors in how to make lurid literature exciting so that anything else would appear dull and uninteresting. I'd threaten TV with dirtier movies and vice versa. I'd peddle narcotics to whom I could. I'd sell alcohol to ladies and gentlemen of distinction. I'd tranquilize the rest with pills.
Wow.
If I were the devil, I'd soon have families at war with themselves, churches at war with themselves, and nations at war with themselves, until each in its turn was consumed. And with promises of higher ratings, I'd have mesmerizing media fanning the flames. If I were the devil, I would encourage schools to refine young intellects, but neglect to discipline emotions. Just let those run wild.
Wow.
Until before you knew it, you'd have to have drug-sniffing dogs and metal detectors at every schoolhouse door.
Holy shit.
Within a decade, I'd have prisons overflowing. I'd have judges promoting pornography. Soon I could evict God from the courthouse, then from the schoolhouse, and then from the houses of Congress. And in his own churches, I would substitute psychology for religion and deify science. I would lure priests and pastors into misusing boys and girls and church money. If I were the devil, I'd make the symbol of Easter an egg and the symbol of Christmas a bottle. If I were the devil, I'd take from those who have and give to those who wanted until I had killed the incentive of the ambitious. And what'll you bet? I couldn't get whole states to promote gambling as the way to get rich. I would caution against extremes in hard work, in patriotism, in moral conduct. I would convince the young that marriage is old-fashioned, that swinging is more fun, that what you see on TV is the way to be. And thus I could undress you in public, and I could lure you into bed with diseases for which there is no cure. In other words, if I were the devil, I'd just keep right on doing what he's doing.
What year was that?
It was 65, but
Holy shit.
1965.
That's amazing. 65. Wow. April 3rd, 1965, Paul.
Yes, I believe you've seen this. He predicted actually what we're witnessing. When I listen to this clip, then trying to see exactly what is going on, that was just the truth. We are seeing how the media is actually doing that. We are seeing these words. We are seeing what is going on. Like I said, if we are not careful, what we might witness in 10 years' time, it will be absolutely disturbing. I don't want to quote some of these things. You already know what we are witnessing. Now taking a look at this article Vanity put out about Joe Rogan. Joe Rogan, the controversial podcast host known to divide comedian, engaged in some spirited debate with stand-up comic Jim on Friday episode of the Joe Rogan Experience. Over the course of nearly 3 hours, the pair spare over the January 6th and whether Trump or Biden is more satanic among other topics. Rogan Pog host in this theory stating that he was more suspicious why Trump didn't call for backup for the Capitol Police, adding there were more conspiracy stuff against Trump than the slim likelihood that people were like, oh, Trump's a problem. Let's just get these people that are loyal to Trump to run into the Capitol so that we arrest 300 people. Does that make sense? Rogan held firm on his perspective. No, it doesn't make sense. He replied, insisting that the deployment of agent provocateurs is the standard tactic, particularly when someone is an enemy of the intelligence agency. He continued, with Trump, that is absolutely the case. Trump set himself up against intelligence agency. Joe Biden's relationship with his son, who obviously struggled with addiction. I mean, look at half of our friends struggling with addiction. He is compassionate father. Okay, this was an interview Joe Rogan had with this man where they decided to compare Trump, like who is more the devil. This guy is struggling to bring out some ridiculous point to put down Trump, like Trump is more bad than Biden. Joe Rogan refuted that, quoted examples that we have seen, comparing what happened to the January 6th issue, like this was just a setup. That is according to Joe Rogan. Now taking a look with what we are witnessing, you realize in all senses, look at what Biden has legalized, what they see to be normal, if this is good in the eyes of God. Then you will judge to know who is more the devil in this case. I don't want to even predict that. You should be able to identify between Trump and Biden who is the devil. Yes. I don't want to talk much because it is actually a really big situation that is dated back going into the spiritual world. I want to appreciate people supporting me, sharing out my videos. I'm grateful. If you are not there, I will not be reacting on some of these videos. It is important sometimes to throw more light on what is happening. I saw this video, I could not skip